are listening to Hawaii's only talk radio station. KIOE Honolulu.
Is that? Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, the man ain't lying. Darned if it ain't. This is K108, Tom Dancer. Looks like 7 o'clock in the morning. You just keep rolling along in traffic there, and we'll tell you everything there is to know. Talking about the boob over the shoulder for the little baby there. I really did, gang. I saw that in National Geographic a long time ago. Anyway, this woman called up and said, Mr. Dancer, don't you understand that this world, every once in a while, needs a little bust in the face? Yes, you're right, too, there, Mama. A little bit after 7 this morning. Do me a favor, will you, folks? Before you give money to Jack Swaggart, or to Billy Graham, or to the 700 Club, or to Jerry Falwell, I want you to ask them a question for yourself and for me, for the dignity of mankind. Ask them how much money is going to God. How much money does Jesus Christ going to get out of all this? Will you do that? You know, if I had my way, boy, that's an understatement. I would make it so that here in the state of Hawaii, when people come in here to solicit for Jesus, that they have to do like they do in Las Vegas. They have to post the audits, the accounts receivable, and the accounts payable in the newspaper so that everybody can see where their money went. Wouldn't that be kind of nice? You ever watch Jack Swaggart on television? One of these nights, I believe Sunday night, when you ain't doing too much, kind of dig on that man, Jack Swaggart. Is that his name, or is it John? Now, I'm not talking about the local attorney. I think they spell their names different. Maybe the Reverend Swaggart is, his first name is John. I don't know his first name. Anyway, watch him on television. I'm talking about the evangelist. He gets in there, baby, and that dude gets on down and hustles. Ooh, I ain't never seen nobody in all my life can hustle like he can hustle. He's selling his album, he's selling his book, he's selling his next convention, he's selling this. That dude would sell a tent to his mother. I mean, after it was over. I ain't lying. And I watched him perform one time, and I said to myself, Tom Dancer, you dummy, man, you missed the mark. You missed the mark, soldier. You should have been an evangelist. And I missed the mark, gang. I could be a millionaire right now. If I'd have taken the course that Swaggart did, or Rex Humbarg, or any one of those other electrified evangelists, I, too, would have been invited over to Sheldon Motors for the unveiling of that new Rolls Royce. There's 209 people that were invited over there yesterday. They was drinking champagne, eating peanuts, and just having a good time, looking at the new $109,000 Rolls Royce, the Spirit. Gang, I missed my calling. Lord, can I talk to you for a minute today? Lord, why didn't you give me better directions? Somewhere along the way, Lord, I went off on the wrong path. I could have taken the easy road. And here I went down this road, dirt, chuck holes, all this crap, Lord, stumbling along for the last Lord knows how many years. I could have been up there with a shark skin suit and a tie and horn-rimmed glasses. And I mean, you did give me enough common sense, Lord, to know when to get up. Goodness gracious. If you'd have just given me a little bit more insight, Lord, I could have been over there holding them big conventions, talking to them old ladies about getting into heaven, holding out my hand for the almighty dollar. Oh, I'm sorry, Lord, for the dollar. Well, as they say down under, maybe next time.
Good morning, Tom. These are the stories that we're working with locally. A 61-year-old woman has been arrested by the police and charged with being a principal in that multi-million-dollar container cargo scheme that you've heard so much about. City Prosecutor Charles Marslin at it again, attacking heinous crime like growing marijuana. This time, the City Prosecutor's Office is trying to prevent a Haleiwa couple from growing marijuana on their property. Police say they've raided that place 4 times already, and the last time they took 778 plants. In the Blood and Guts Crime Department, accused axe killer Stephen Lee Fisher admits he did hit a fellow prison inmate more than once with an axe last July. In sports, the annual Hawaii Special Olympics is going to be held tonight and tomorrow at Kaiser High School. Nearly 1,000 mentally retarded people will compete. The first Hawaii Pacific International Bodybuilding Championships are going to be held tomorrow night at McKinley High School. Male and female bodybuilders from Hawaii, Samoa, and Japan will compete, and the Islanders lose. The weather is going to be partly cloudy today. Some scattered showers during the noontime and early afternoon hours. Might be partly sunny this afternoon. Trade winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. There are no warnings.
6 minutes now past hour 7. Thank you there, Miss Kellogg. Kellogg just kind of creeping in there, gang, doing it to you so you'll know a little bit about what's going on. As I told you this morning early, the Carl C. and her contingency of some 5,000 officers and men steaming into Pearl Harbor will dock alongside at 0800 hours. Just kind of coming on in there. Lady, look here, if I was you, darling, I'd get up a little earlier. Old man's coming on, baby. Yeah, I'd get rid of them blue socks underneath the bed. You know he don't like blue, honey. Come on now, let's move along. Get on down there to the pier, baby. Bring the children. No, I wouldn't bring that child. That ain't his. Bring them other ones.
Get to know us. We'll pay and save.
A camera department? You never saw such a camera department. Sure, we have film and 24-hour processing and cameras and radios and watches and clocks and clock radios and watches that think they're alarm clocks and alarm clocks that travel and alarm clocks that think they're stereo cassette players. Stereo cassette players you can take to the beach or to the moon, and jewelry, pendants and earrings and finger rings and maybe even bells for your toes. The camera department at your nearby Pay and Save is a little world of its own. I mean, you can even buy record albums. It's true. You see, you really should get to know us at all 14 great locations.
Pay and save. A friendly face, that's pay and save. Pay and save. Get to know us for pay and save. Pay and save.
This is KIOE Honolulu. Yeah. Oh, Lordy, gang. 7 minutes after 7 o'clock here, naked in the hot tub of life. Oh, my goodness gracious. Why, where did we get in on all this? Hey, listen, you folks who don't listen early, Uncle wants to tell you something. We got a contest going. Brent started it. And now he don't want to participate. He wants me to come up with the money, as it always is, so I guess I'm going to have to front the money. You sneak up on your advertiser in the morning, and you try to look in Don Chapman or Wayne Harada. And if you don't see, I said if you don't see, mention there of the Crush and or Andy Bumatai, and you're the third caller into the hot tub, I got a crisp $100 bill waiting for you. Okay? Little contest, having a little fun on K108. Now, you're going to have to get up early, baby, because I'm telling you, I got some poor folks out there that get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. We have information just received here at K108 that somebody waylaid one of the circulation trucks coming down Kapiolani Boulevard at 10 after 3 this morning and stole 3 copies of the advertiser. You try to look in there. If you don't see the mention of the Crush, or Andy Bumatai and Don Chapman, Wayne Harada, crisp $100 bill is yours, and I tell you what I'm going to do, darling. Every day I'm going to sweeten the pot. Every day I'm going to put a nickel more in the pot. In other words, on Tuesday it'll be $105. On Wednesday it'll be $110, not to exceed $1,000. This offer expires 1986. If you're looking for late model transportation and automobiles, remember Budget Car Sales. Remember Jim Burgess, the general sales manager at Budget Car Sales. Jim can help you get into a late model automobile, no matter what kind you're looking for, at a very reasonable price. Here's an example for you this morning. The 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit for $49.95 at Budget Car Sales. They've got 1979 Toyota Corollas for just $28.50 at Budget Car Sales. Budget Car Sales is located on Lagoon Drive, the Old Airport Road, Diamond Head side. They're also on Maui, Kauai, and the Big Island. It's Budget Car Sales. 10 minutes after our 7 o'clock here this morning, a lady called me up, bless her heart, told me to try to get a hold of Kama'aina Reynolds on the island of Maui. I was trying to get a car over there, gang, for Saturday. My little soft chicken's going over there and take a look around, see? And no, I got to work. I'm going to be right here in the hot tub, me and you together, so don't worry about it. But I didn't realize that, hey, everybody and his brother must be going to Maui. We called Hertz and Avis and National, of course, our friends over at Budget Rent-A-Car and Tropical Rent-A-Car. We called everybody. Nobody's got no cars on Maui. So we'll see what's going on with Kama'aina. See if they got anybody over on Maui got any cars?
Hey, Tom!
What?
What time you got it, brah?
Hey, well, it's 11 minutes after 7 there, Tita. I tell you what, I bet you can't even find a wheelbarrow on Maui. Hello there, you're on the radio.
Yes, good morning, Presidente of Hecklerville. You know, I heard you this morning salute the Navy with your guns, and that means the shore battery is supposed to be all empty by now, but I still hear you firing, so my advice to the Navy out there to reload their guns and aim it right at your castle there.
Well, now don't say that, man. I was giving a little salute earlier this morning to the Coral Sea. She was 7,500 yards off of the coastline out there earlier this morning, gang, cruising on in now, coming into berth at Pearl Harbor at 0800 hours. We do salute the 5,000 officers and men aboard Coral Sea. 12 minutes after the hour, 7 o'clock, here at K108 Radioville. Right here in the middle of it, honey, the Reverend Tom Dynamite Dancer. You didn't know I was a minister, did you, honey? Well, see, you're a latecomer. Now, darling, even if you're a sinner, don't worry about it. Come on in. Blessed be those that sin. Wait a minute, that ain't right. I'll figure it out in a minute. Don't go away. Let's go down to Paul Smith, E.F. Hutton and Company, downtown, gang, see what's happening with our $1.25. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Tom. And the Dow Industrial is down 2 points to 974.
Mm-hmm.
The market is steadying up, Tom, after that, of course, bad news that the prime lending rate went to 20.5% from 20%. And, Tom, you've got to admit, that's a rather high interest rate. And volume, though, is down today at 26 million shares. And looking across the board here, Tom, we have Boeing at 31 5/8, minus 3/8. Tandy, though, at 71 7/8, up a half. And let's see, we've got Rowan Drilling there at 16 minus 3/4. And A&B has bid 31 5/8. Samfac at 24 1/8, up an 8. And Mid-Pacific Air at bid 5 1/4. PRI has bid 16 3/8. London Gold, $472.75, down $2.25 an ounce. Silver at $10.66 an ounce, down 2 cents. And sugar at 16.9 cents a pound, down a fraction. And Tom, are you ready for your second definition?
Well, yes, sir, and just a second, before you get into that, I just thought that as a retired military man yourself, you might want to address yourself to the Coral Sea, which is inbound to Pearl Harbor now, be tying up down at 0800. And Mr. Smith, or should I say Colonel Smith, I give you the podium.
Oh, well, frankly, that's always a big event when a big carrier like that puts in. I take it there'll be, 2,000 or 3,000 people down there to welcome it in.
I would think so. Is that all you have to say to the officers and men aboard Coral Sea, Colonel?
Well, aloha.
Aloha. Oh, boy, that did you hear that, Captain? Aloha. I'll declare. I love it. I love it.
And, Tom, after all, what more can you say here in Honolulu?
I love it. What's the definition for this hour, you dummy? Aloha.
Okay, give me the definition, Tom, for an athlete with an eye for the girls.
Oh, the definition for the athlete for an eye for the girls.
He makes every broad jump.
Hey, listen, baby. That might even fit in there with a couple of radio announcers, too. Let me address myself to the captain of the car. Say, Captain, I'm sorry. I'm terribly embarrassed, sir. I had that thing all worked out, as you and I had spoken to earlier, and, you know, I kind of really feel bad, Captain. I promise you that, Colonel Smith there would address you with, I don't know, one of those fancy, kind of military addresses, but, well, Captain, he kind of let me down. I will certainly reprimand him for that, but darned if I'm going to take him to lunch next week. You see, I figured the Colonel Smith, he's a retired colonel, gang, United States Marine Corps, in case you didn't know that. I figured he's going to come on with some of them fancy words, like, to the captain and the officers and the crew of the Carl C, it is my privilege to welcome you back to your homeland from a tired voyage across the sea in defense of our great nation. And what does he do? What does he say? Aloha. Captain, you can understand, sir, my embarrassment. I'm just totally humiliated.
Oh, Mr. Dancer!
What?
I calling you. I need to tell you a very important and you stink.
Hey, Captain, could you take him with you when you leave? Hello there, you're on the radio. Hello there, you're on the radio. Hello there, you're on the radio.
Good morning, Tom.
Hey, my man, how you doing?
All right. I just want to remind you of a couple things, if I may. We started, as you know, our sale yesterday, and lots of your listeners came down, and they say thank you.
All right.
For giving us advance notice. We keep on going on. Another thing, Tom, is that Monday, we will be open on our Saturday schedule.
Monday, you're going to be opened on a Saturday schedule.
8 to 5.
Now, I've gone over with this before with you, my man, and when you start talking about we and this and that, you have to tell the people.
Shoes by Michael.
Oh, there we go.
Shoes by Michael will be open.
Better believe it.
8 to 5.
Oh, I love it.
And Tom,
what?
How would you like to be our guest shoe fitter for Saturday?
This coming Saturday?
Any Saturday.
Well, yeah, we can work that out. Sure.
I'll buy you lunch. I'll buy you a couple of Bloody Marys or Black Russians.
I love that.
And we'll fit shoes.
Only if I can use a golden shoe fitter.
You got it.
Well, all right, buddy, I'll be there. We'll come down there on a Saturday and be the shoe fitter.
Okay, Tom.
All right, I can slip on a pair of shoes on your tiny little foot, honey. Goodness, that'd be fun. Go around there feeling women's feet. That's just what I always wanted to do in life. What has he got me into now? That's Shoes by Michael's, gang. He's having a fantastic sale, ladies. I ain't lying. Right down there on the 4th Street Mall, just Malkov Hotel, right next to that new McDonald's. Shoes by Michael's, darling, you can save 40%. Now, if you want to go down Ala Moana and you want to buy the same brand shoe and you want to pay 40% more, help yourself. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to save on the same brand shoes, then you want to visit Shoes by Michael's. Low overhead. Oh, yeah. Malkov Hotel, 4th Street Mall, Shoes by Michael's, right next to the new McDonald's. You got it? Good. Keep it. I don't want it. I already had it.
Hey, Tom, you get bubbles inside?
Oh, yeah, babe. We got bubbles. We got bubbles in the hot tub here this morning. 104 degrees and looking good. Hello there. You're on the radio. Hello there. Anybody home? Hello there.
Tom, there's a new Alpo commercial. Started yesterday, as I can tell. that will make all the commoners in Hawaii keep on chuckling or even laugh every time that lady refers to the dog's name as the dog is eating its elbow food.
Mm-hmm. What's the name of the dog?
Kaka.
Kaka. Uh-oh. Hey, somebody better tell somebody something about something. Kaka on national television. How embarrassing. Excuse me. 20 minutes after 7 with Tom Dancer and K108 Radio in Honolulu. You got a car over on Maui? Huh? You in the rent-a-car business over there? Where am I going to get a car at for Saturday? I would. I'd settle for a wheelbarrow. It's busy. It's busy on Maui. It's Memorial Day and everything just all socked in over there. Everybody's going to be on Maui. Who the hell's going to be over here? 21 minutes after 7 o'clock with Tom Dancer and K108 Radio.
Oh, those bubbles are just getting to me, Tommy, baby. It's an exciting experience for an old blonde.
Oh, yeah.
K108, Hawaii's only talk radio station.
Oh, God, if it isn't the shadows of Mae West. Hello there, you're on the radio.
Oh, you still got the chicken call?
What's that?
You know the chicken, the one, like a blast-off chicken?
Yeah.
Can you blast the call? See, I told you my son-in-law is on, and I have a feeling to listen to the radio.
Yeah, and,
But I'd rather have the chicken call.
when are you going to get down there and see your son-in-law, honey?
Well, see, I'm cooking lao right now, and I'm not going to go down there. He's going to call us, and we're going to pick him up. We're going to have a lot of cow tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So, just use the chicken call. You know the one that goes yelling and screaming? That one.
What is your son-in-law's name?
Sisto.
What's that?
Sisto.
Sisto.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
And he's the chief.
He's a chief?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
I have another son-in-law, chief, too,
Yeah.
up in San Diego.
You going to feed him lao-lao?
Lao, cow, and a lot of booze.
And a lot of love, too. Don't forget the love, honey.
Okay, so give me the chicken call, okay?
Well, now, darling, it ain't chicken call. I don't know what the heck you're talking about. You're talking about my special dynamite, honey. I mean, where you get in there and that you throw it at them and they just let loose. You've heard it, gang. I only use that, honey, when I get real mad. And I ain't getting mad today because it's Friday. TGIF. Oh, I love it. I'm getting mad today, honey. And I've saluted to Carl C., as you guys well know. Matter of fact, early this morning at 10 after 6, we unloaded our guns on the shore battery, as they used to do in the old days when the ships would come into port. That's the reason for having the salutes that you hear. You know, you see the ship out there unloading, shooting its guns, and the shore battery fires back. It was in the old days a friendly gesture to show each other that they had unloaded their weapons. And somewhere on down the line, it just kind of hung in there as a tradition. Hey, you talking to a military strategist. What? Hello there, you're on the radio.
Hello, Tom. Gee, you were saying about the governor going to have that special session, and then he's going to slip in a little deal for his raise and his judges. I think we ought to slip a little word in his ear and have him slip in a little bit for us poor old retirees that they didn't give anything to, because we needed more than all of those big shots.
Mm-hmm.
How about that, brother?
Oh, well, I'm with you, baby. Hell, listen, I'll take anything I can get. God sure did make a lot of poor folks. I grew up with two poor folks. Yeah. My mother and father.
Oh, these bubbles just feel so good.
Huh?
Y'all want to jump into the tub with me and Tom? Just give us a call. 524-5524.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's something else that's on my mind this morning. And it's the Temple of Lono. For some time, this organization representing the Hawaiian religion, which I don't profess to understand, but I do respect, has been trying to get onto the island of Kaho'olawe. Not as a radical group for takeover, not in protest military operations, but according to a spokesperson, to be able to restore and rededicate a portion of the island in the traditional Hawaiian style in honor of their religion. Well, there's a little bit more to it than that, but some of it I cannot pronounce, and we ain't gonna get into all that, are we? They've been working with Captain J.T. Carson, United States Navy, trying to work out a negotiated arrangement wherefore they can go on the island and do their little thing. Okay? The Navy has come a ways, not a very long ways, a kind of a short ways, trying to reach this agreement. They want to stay on the island, I believe it is, around 14 days. The Navy says 4. They want to bring a number of people who might want to participate in Hawaiian religion, and the Navy limits the number to, I forget, I think something like 45. Anyway, it's a limited number. They want to bring their children because, well, children should certainly have access to religion and sacred places. Now, according to the religion gang, the Temple of Lono, and their followers, there are areas on Kaolavi that are supposedly sacred. Don't tell me that they're not. Don't tell me that they are. I don't know, and probably neither do you. But they say they are, and I'm just telling you what they say. Okay? Let's get our wires uncrossed here. Anyway, on June the 1st, with or without the permission of the United States Navy, the Temple of Lono is going to go over to Kaolavi. It is going to create a confrontation, of course. I'm trying to negotiate with the Navy through Captain Carson today and see if we cannot come to some kind of an agreement, some kind of a settlement, so that we can have and establish good relationships between our local communities and the military. This kind of confrontation certainly would lead, as far as I'm concerned, to a Dynamite kind of story with 2020 or CBS's 60 Minutes. I mean, you know, a small band of people trying to protect their heritage, their religious rights, which they are entitled to do under the Indian Freedom of Protection Act that was enacted by the Congress of the United States, I believe, back in 1976. In that enactment of Indians' rights of freedom, it says that the Congress will dedicate itself to seeing to it that the Indians and listen to this, and Native Hawaiians' right to participate in their religion shall be protected by the Congress of the United States. I certainly wouldn't want to see the United States Navy standing in the way of someone trying to exercise his or her right to religion. Now, I know what you're saying. Sam Lono is not a kahuna. Sam Lono is a pig farmer. Sam Lono don't know nothing about the Hawaiian religion. Those haoles that are teaching it over at the University of Hawaii are the only ones that have the authority. I'm not going to argue with you about the credibility of Sam Lono or any of his followers. That is not of my concern. I'll tell you what I do respect, and that is the attempt to try to preserve a religious belief, something that people do believe in and earnestly believe in it. I'm not talking about a radical group throwing rocks. I'm talking about people who believe in their own particular style of religion, understanding and respect and love for each other. And that, to me, goes a long way. But I wanted you to know about it. Pretty soon you'll hear about it in the newspapers, and television will pick up on it, and other radio stations, as Sam Lono and the Temple of Lono and his followers attempt to go to the island of Kaolavi on June the 1st. With or without the Navy's permission. I will be in contact with the Navy today. We'll try to hammer out some kind of an agreement so that we can keep this off of a national level. I don't want to see the Navy embarrassed. I certainly don't want to see any confrontation between local community and the military community. And these are the kinds of things, gang, that lead to problems. We need to have a better understanding of each other, better cooperation. I told each and every member of the Temple of Lono, myself personally, that I am not in favor of the island of Kaho'olawe being given back to anybody. It has its purpose. I think for a number of years it has served a great purpose in keeping America's national defense at a higher level of readiness. For our pilots to be able to have some place to practice is certainly a part of helping to protect America, so that people like Sam Lono and the Temple of Lono and his followers will have the right to freedom of expression of their religion. It's 7:30 in the morning, and here's the man.
With the news.
Yeah.
The prime rate has gone up for the second time this week. Number 3 Chase Bank started things rolling today by boosting up the lending rate to 20.5%. The inflation rate is averaging about 8.4% this year, well below 1980's double-digit level, so says the Labor Department after releasing its latest cost of living figures today. Not so good was the fact that real spendable earnings dropped a 0.1% last month for an average married wage earner with 3 dependents. It's terrible, huh? Murphy's Law holds that if anything can go wrong, it will. And the head of the Social Security Administration told 2 House subcommittees today that his agency's computer system is a textbook example of Murphy's Law. The commissioner says that the 20-year-old computer system is patched together and is in dire need of repair in order to avoid a crisis. The commissioner estimates that it'll take up to $500 million and 5 years to replace the computers and program them to keep track of wage records and benefit payments for 236 million Americans. Britain's confessed Yorkshire Ripper Peter Sutcliffe has been convicted of murder in London today. The jury of 6 men, 6 women rejected his plea of insanity. In news of Hawaii, state officials are looking at a technical error which possibly could force the governor to call the legislature back into session. The Senate and House gave final approval to slightly different versions of the new state budget. You see, this is how it all started. The Constitution requires that proposals given final approval in each house be identical, but they're not. And Governor George Ariyoshi says he hasn't seen these technical errors, but he says the situation will cause some serious problems. Police have arrested a 61-year-old woman. She was named in connection with a fraudulent cargo container investment scheme. You've heard about that. Up to 200 Oahu and Maui residents invested $6 million in abandoned cargo containers that were supposed to have been full of valuable equipment, but the containers never existed. And the state attorney general has blocked the Board of Education's decision to rescind the suspensions of nearly 200 school administrators. 2 days back pay to the principals and vice principals will not be given. And the board member, Darrell Iona, says the board and the attorney general are on a collision course, and he recommended that the board take the matter to court. However, the board voted to postpone further discussion till next month. Now, the Attorney General says the board acted improperly in overturning the suspensions because it had not obtained his approval, which was required because the matter had gone to court. The school superintendent Clark, you recall, he had ordered 10-day suspensions for principals and vice principals who failed to comply with his orders to hold meetings to organize parent cleanup crews during the public workers' strike back in November of 1979. In sports, the annual Hawaii Special Olympics held tonight and tomorrow at Kaiser High School. 1,000 mentally retarded people will compete. The first Hawaii Pacific International Bodybuilding Championships held tomorrow night at McKinley. Male and female bodybuilders from Hawaii, Samoa, and Japan are going to compete. The Islanders lose. Albuquerque beats them again. It's celebration time for the New York Islanders. They retained the Stanley Cup last night. Mark Hayes on top going into the second round of the Memorial Golf Tournament in Dublin, Ohio. And the outlook for a settlement isn't good as baseball's contract negotiations resume today in New York. The weather for Honolulu and vicinity is, well, it's looking pretty good out there. We had some concern earlier this morning. It was looking like it was going to be cloudy and a lot of scattered showers, but it's clean enough out there. It's looking blue and white and great. Trade winds 10 to 20 miles an hour, and there are no warnings.
You are listening to Hawaii's only talk radio station. K108 Radio in Honolulu. You can talk on the air right now by calling 524-5524.
You just jump on in here, babe. Take off your clothes. Get in the old hot tub of life here with the Reverend Tom Dynamite Dancer. That's right, the minister of life, Dancer's divine deliverance, is on the radio. Oh, well, look out. Taking care of your misery, getting out of your depression, giving you a new outlook on life. That's my job. But look, we ain't auditing my books. It's 25 before the hour of 8 o'clock here this morning. Yeah, I watch him evangelists at work. Guys like Swaggart and Humbard, Graham, all the rest of them, gang, man. I'm telling you, they get in there to get that money, don't they? Lordy, you ought to watch them go to work. I missed my calling. I really did. It's my own fault. You know, when you take a look at the audits that come out on organizations like that, you won't find a nickel for Jesus. Not one dime do they set aside for God. Ain't that a shame?
Here's another traffic condition update. A service of Masa Meats.
At 3502 Manoa Road, there's a traffic accident. Uncle's reporting it for you this morning. 3502 Manoa Road. There is a traffic accident. We're going to be talking to J.J. Hall of the Temple of Lono here for a moment. J.J., how you doing?
Good morning, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I hope to get a hold of the captain today.
All right.
On that other area of subject matter we had discussed, I do have an appointment this afternoon.
All right.
So, you know, we're moving along.
That's good. We've been listening, hoping that they can negotiate.
Well, I certainly would like to see that, my friend. I think it would make some good community relations. I don't want to see anybody's life endangered.
Not at all.
I don't want to see any small children get in trouble over there. Things like that, you know. We want to make sure that it's done right. We don't want to step on anybody's feet. I ain't out here to make anybody mad. Just want to see a religion be able to be exercised.
Well, that's the thing, because the Constitution protects other religions.
Well, I would certainly hope so, my man.
This should happen that way for sure. I would just like to sort of remind people that if they would like to get more information about what is our beliefs and why do we want to go to Koho'olawe, that Uncle will be at Kualoa Park this weekend. We're going to have a meditation for 2 days. The public is welcome, and bring camping supplies, tents, and sleeping bag, and it'll be starting at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Friday night?
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Right, and then it'll go from Saturday night about 7 p.m. through to Sunday.
So through Sunday, meditation and stuff, and understanding the Hawaiian religion.
Right, Uncle will be answering the questions for most questions on Sunday, and we'll be playing ancient instruments, and Uncle will chant. And he even suggested if people would like to bring tape recorders to record the chant and meditation, they may.
Mm-hmm. And well, for the people that don't know, J.J., tell them where Kualoa Park is located.
Kualoa Park is just right where Ko'olauloa starts and Ko'olaupoko ends, which is right out Chinaman's Hat side. So we go past Kaneohe, Kahalu, around the corner of Waikaniwahee. Right there. It's the old, there's an old sugar mill ruin right around there.
Yeah, I know where that is. Kualoa Park. Okay, my man, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Gonna dig on you later, see ya. Yeah, that's a small religion, gang. Ain't too many. Oh, I don't know, maybe 25 diehards. A lot of people, kind of wait back in the bushes of life to see what's going to happen. But remember something, like I told you yesterday, JC, Jesus Christ, only started with 12. Hello there, you're on the radio.
Morning, Reverend Dancer.
Howdy.
Hey, I thought maybe if you'd appreciate wishing a happy birthday to Joan Rodby. That's Dick Rodby's wife out there. Camo Farm people.
All right.
She's the best-looking, prettiest grandma in 17 states. She's got a little grandson named Sion. And wonderful people. They've been over 65 years there at that Camo Farm and pleasing people.
All right.
Joan is her name, and it's her birthday this morning.
Just this morning? What the heck's she going to do this afternoon? 21 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock here at K108 Radio. Doesn't it irritate you to death when you're watching television and all of a sudden the old TV goes kaput and you just don't know what to do about it. You're kind of afraid to call in a technician or somebody because you're afraid they're going to rip you off. Gang, I got good news for you. There's a place in Kaimuki right behind Jose's Mexican restaurant that can repair most any brand of television set at a very reasonable cost. It's called TV and Radio Clinic. Now there's a simple name. I know you can remember that. TV and Radio Clinic. Dr. Cliff and Dr. Larry there will make a house call. But I tell you what, it's of course more reasonable if you bring your television set to the store. And here's a special for you. If you mention my name, Tom Dancer, you'll get $5 off the repair bill. Nothing wrong with that. They're just honest folks, gang. Technicians that can repair your TV set. Now you know where to go with it, don't you? TV and Radio Clinic. Let me give you the telephone number up there, all right? 732-5122. 732-5122. TV and Radio Clinic behind Jose's Mexican restaurant, Kaimuki.
It's good for you. It's good for you.
Right now, Honolulu Datsun is really good for you. Honolulu Action Gas and Honolulu Datsun team up to drive down your cost of driving. For a limited time only, you get $250 in Honolulu Action Gas with every new Datsun from Honolulu Datsun. What could be better? Make your best deal on the Datsun of your choice. Get $250 in gas coupons for even greater savings. Don't wait. This offer ends 10 p.m. Monday. Hurry to Honolulu Datsun. Pick out your new Datsun now. Open every night till 10 p.m. 7-Eleven Kapilani, including Memorial Day.
Isn't that great? Isn't that great? The guys up at Honolulu Datsun, along with Holiday Action Gas, gang, are doing everything they can to drive down the cost of driving. Don't forget now to get into Honolulu Datsun now.
Trees are our only business at Akamai Tree Trimmers and Yard Service. We specialize in complete tree service, like tree topping, trimming, pruning, tree removal, and stump removal, yard cleaning, and maintenance. So if you have a tree in your yard, brah, and if it's looking like it's ready to fall, let Akamai Tree Trimmers and Yard Service remove it for you. Free estimates and reasonable rates. So don't call the rest, call the best. Akamai Tree Trimmers and Yard Service.
Yes, sir.
422-1207. That's 422-1207. Akamai Tree Service in the Yellow Pages.
Listen now, it's like I told you, Akamai Tree Service will remove that old tree. They will not remove your mother-in-law. Hello there, you're on the radio.
Hello, I'd like to let you know about a movie which is going on tonight, which you might not have heard about.
Is it a cartoon?
No, it's called A Portrait of Teresa, and it's from Cuba. And you don't see too many movies out of Cuba nowadays.
What's the name of it again?
Portrait of Teresa, Teresa.
Oh, yeah.
They saw it, well, it says here it's a sensation of the 1979 Telluride Film Festival and one of the highlights of the 79 Chicago Film Festival.
Oh, yeah.
And what it's about is it's a portrait of a working class woman standing up to her husband, and, you know, the machismo tradition behind him in Cuba. And it's really revolutionary in Cuba because, as you know, that heritage, the man is, you know, just rules the house. You know, it's the way things go there, and that's so much against the way the modern Cuban woman is trying to feel that she's, you know, trying to get some rights too. And so it's a real collision of values going on down there in Cuba now.
Yeah, well, the first thing the modern Cuban woman's got to do is get over communism.
Anyway, it's at Roosevelt High School Auditorium. It's tonight for $3. And that'll be 7:30 p.m.
And who's going to get the $3?
It's Modern Times Bookstore, which is a little bookstore. It's not the one that flies the red flag, but
I tell you what you do, dummy. You go down to Modern Time Bookstore, you tell them to write me out a check for $50. If I don't get that $50 by 4 o'clock this afternoon, I'm going to break both your legs. You see what I'm saying, gang? You got to be careful today. These people are real sneaky. Real sneaky. You know me. I don't mind giving out with public services. Gee, gang, we do it all the time. I'd do it for anybody. I'm the only person in this town that had guts enough to allow the Communist Party to come on my radio show and give public service announcement about their little doodad over at McKinley High School. Remember that? I was the only one that would allow that to happen. Then when I tried to get on their platform, they closed the door in my face. The nerve. Now this mother wants to come in here selling his trash, doing something for the kind, and I ain't going to be able to eat. I don't get nothing out of it. I tell you what you can do, pal. You can kiss my grits. And I tell you what, you better be here with a $50 spot. By 4 o'clock this afternoon at this radio station, it better be in that bookkeeper's hand by 1600 hours. Or you ain't never coming on this radio station again. I guarantee you that.
Les Femmes Magnifiques at the Hilton Hawaiian Village. It's a spicy but nice Paris extravaganza, a cast of international beauties in a unique and entirely different review. Spectacular lighting and special effects will captivate you from start to finish. Directed by Mr. Victor Upshaw, former choreographer for 13 years with the world-famous Crazy Horse Saloon in Paris. Les Femmes Magnifiques, say magnifique. Call Les Femmes Saloon, 947-1000 for reservations. You're going to see beauty, something very artistique at Les Femmes Magnifiques. So phone now, 947-1000. Say vachement magnifique.
Listen, too, you guys, don't forget to mention my name over there. You can get 2 tickets for the price of 1. It's a fabulous show. Honest to goodness, it is. I mean, you're thinking trash, but it ain't. Really ain't. I went over and saw it myself and enjoyed every minute of it. Beautiful gals done up in class. I mean, in style. They got a musician, they got a ventriloquist, and he's wonderful. Try it. You'll like it. Mention my name now, and you get 2 tickets for the price of 1. You single guys might want to ask for the Beaver Bar. What? The Beaver Bar. That's right up front. Hello there. You're on the radio.
Hi, Tom. I wonder if you can help me. A friend called me at 7 this morning, said to turn your station on, because this guy from Vegas was going to be on.
And he's filling us in on things that are going on, getting us lined up with some shows, Liza Minnelli, and some other big shows over there on the Strip.
Terrific. Okay, I'll keep listening. Do you think he'll be calling yet?
I have no idea, ma'am. I mean, I really don't know. Why are you so interested in Art Cossett?
She knows him personally, and she told me to turn it on and listen to him. And
I see.
So I've met him too. So I thought, okay, I'll do so. And then I thought, well, maybe she got it all mixed up.
No. She's right. All right. So, okay, one of Art's little sweethearts over here.
Yeah.
Oh well, that bugger. Look at that, gang. See there? Huh? Me, I always miss out. Well, I guess I was a born loser, right? 13 minutes for the hour, 8 o'clock. Tom Dancer and K108 Radio. Yeah, I tell you, gang, I hate them sneaky mothers. If I'm a crook, gang, I'm going to come right out and tell you I'm a crook. Of course, I ain't a crook, so I ain't going to tell you I'm a crook unless I was a crook. But if I was a crook, I'd sure tell you I was a crook. Did I say that right?
How would you like to take a little time off to relax and get away from it all, and at the same time learn a bit more on how to take better care of yourself and enhance the benefits of a relaxing vacation? Well, such a place is the Predican Better Health Program, conducted at the Mauna Kea Maui Hotel on Maui, Hawaii. I recently spent a weekend there participating in the program. The 3-part program features 15 hours of health education on the subjects of the common degenerative diseases, optimal nutrition, diet and exercise, and food composition, buying and preparation. Also, ample time to engage in unsupervised exercise and physical activity, and a mandatory training table with tasty nutritional examples of a prudent diet. If you would like to enroll in the Mauna Kea Maui Hotel Predican Better Health Program, write today to the Mauna Kea Maui Hotel in Kihei, Maui. Address your letter to the Predican Better Health Program, Mauna Kea Maui Hotel, Kihei, Maui.
It's 11 minutes for the hour of 8 o'clock here this morning, K108 Radio. You got it. Listen, babe, we've been talking here for some time about commodities. Getting involved in buying foreign commodities like raw silk and sugar and rubber and red beans. Ain't that what you want, honey? A big old bag of red beans? Well, I'll tell you, There's a company in town now. It's called National Commodities. Their general sales manager, independent broker there himself, David Butler, can tell you all there is to know about commodities. You know, we did our account with that $5,000 minimum, and gang, I've made enough money to enjoy myself in Las Vegas. Now, I'm not saying it's for everybody. It certainly isn't. It may not be for you. But I think you owe it to yourself to go down and attend one of their free seminars. They have them at noon and 5 o'clock, and see for yourself what commodity buying is all about. It can be exciting. It can be fun. Call David Butler at National Commodities, 531-8141. 531-8141 if you're looking for high yield on your money. 531-8141.
Let me tell you about my pal Roger Yamamoto at Ala Moana Optical Boutique. You know what he's offering? Another Ted Sachs K108 special, and this is hard to beat. A genuine Bausch & Lomb soft contact lens, complete for $110. What do I mean by complete? Professional fitting, 6 months and 1 year follow-up visits, and Roger's going to give you a care kit, absolutely free. Soft contact lenses, $110 complete. That's my man Roger at Ala Moana Optical Boutique at the Ala Moana Center. On the mall level next to Security Diamond. Why don't you jingle them and get ready? 947-2688.
Yeah, I believe in fair play. I believe in dignity. I believe in honor. I believe in payday. And if I was a crook, I'd tell you right out front. I'm a crook. Of course, I ain't. So, I mean, don't say that I said I was, because I didn't. I just hate these sneaky mothers that come in here with a smile on their face. You know that son of a... That guy I was talking to a minute ago? You know what he wants the American flag to be? Let me tell you what he wants the American flag to be, that mother. Big old black flag there. Wait a minute, I ain't got nothing wrong with black. He said it, I didn't. With cross and skull bones and Indian scalps hanging off of it. That's what he wants the American flag to be. And he comes sneaking in here trying to can off of Cuban film on my radio audience. Tell you, I'll bury that mother. Now, you ain't talking to no crook. Hello there, you're on the radio.
Yeah, Tom, was that crook or was it crock?
A crook. The steer, woman. I'll slap you upside the head, honey. I'll stuff them bombs in your ear. Hello there, you're on the radio.
Hello there, Tom. Oh, just trying to bring up this, I don't know, it's off the line right now. On this crime, you know, just overheard it over the radio about crime going down in Honolulu. I mean, gee whiz, I don't think it is going down. I honestly think it's not.
Why?
I think it's going up.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, from the time that our mayor took over, they've been killing average 1 to 2 people a day. Then she turns around and says that crime is going down.
Well, the mayor didn't say it.
I mean, the chief of police, that was.
Somebody put out the statistics. I don't know who it was, but they said it was going down.
Well, evidently it's not going down, is it?
I don't know, sir. I didn't go over and count the number of murders, and I didn't count the robberies and all that other stuff. That comes from a Bureau of Statistics. I don't know if that's compiled by the chief of police or the state or the mayor or the Federal Bureau of Investigation or whomever. I really don't know.
Well, people, I mean, actually, they're supposed to go out and check and give the right, right information.
Well, I would hope that they did. Don't you guys believe that the crime rate went down? They're not lying to us, are they? Are they? No, they wouldn't do that. If the man said the crime rate's going down, I'm going to believe him. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Through their statistics, the arrows point down. You see, gang, instead of 2 people getting killed a day, now we only got 1. Well, all right. As long as that 1 ain't you or me, right? Yeah, I can dig that too, baby. 6 minutes for the hour of 8 o'clock with Tom Dancer in K108 Radio, Honolulu.
Here's another traffic condition update. a service of masa meats.
It's H1 Cocoa Head bound. That's right, by Farrington High School. There's a two-car accident. H1 Cocoa Head bound by Farrington High School. There is a two-car accident. Well, watch out over there, will you? All right. Goodness gracious, the time just goes jumping right on by. Listen, don't forget about my good friend Timmy Leong down at Timmy's Health Gym downtown across from the Hawaiian Telephone Company there on Bishop Street, okay? He's got modern facilities for both men and women. Timmy Leong, Mr. Hawaii himself, has been helping people, especially young people, you know, the children 8 years and up, to build their bodies properly here in Hawaii for over 25 years. That's right. He will offer your children personalized instruction. Remember that, will you? Timmy's Health Gym downtown. You give Timmy's a call, all right? I'll give you his phone number in a little bit. Let's go to the mainland for news.
You are listening to Hawaii's only talk radio station. KIOE Honolulu.
Where we are right here in the communal hot tub with Tom Dancer this morning. Oh, listen, gang, Social Security gave me a call yesterday. Glory, hallelujah. And a spokesperson is going to be down here Tuesday morning. They were not able to make it on Monday, but they are going to come down here on Tuesday morning after 8 o'clock. We're going to get into some discussion and answer your questions in regards to Social Security. Now, we are not out to chastise anybody. That's not our purpose here in our communal hot tub, right? Right? Well, all right. We're here to offer information and to entertain you, and that's what we're trying to do. That member of Social Security will come down here and explain to us the purpose of Social Security, the benefits of Social Security, and the future of Social Security. You'll be listening Tuesday morning, right after 8 o'clock. After all, it's your money.
If you paid taxes on your 1980 income, listen carefully. The next minute could save you a lot of money. The wealthy and sophisticated generally don't pay any income taxes. Why? Because they use legal investment incentives. Tax laws reward the investor, so it's possible to earn a large income and not owe any taxes. Dean Ellis is the founder of Investment Seminars, a Ph.D., and a successful local investor.
Too many Americans are paying too much in taxes because they don't realize that they can have an investment program that also reduces or eliminates their taxes.
The Investment Seminar will start you on the path toward financial independence and lower taxes. Jan Ellis is a CPA, MBA, and holds a real estate license.
This can be an important first step to the personal type of counseling that you need to reduce taxes and start your investment program.
There's no charge for you to attend the original investment seminar this Tuesday night at 7:20 p.m. at the American Security Bank Building, 16th floor. No realtors, please. Make your reservation now by calling 538-1961. That's 538-1961.
Of course, as you understand this morning, gang, speaking of Social Security, Brent had a news story that Social Security's computer broke down. Looks like it's going to cost the taxpayers $500 million to repair that computer. Mr. Kellogg tells me that that's more money that's in the system itself. I don't believe that.
Hey, how about painting your place?
I don't have time.
There is no excuse if your home or building looks terrible and needs to be painted. You should call Andy Espinda Painting Company. They specialize in both residential and commercial painting projects. No job is too big or small, and they will paint at a reasonable price and offer free estimates. So call the experts at Andy Espinda Painting Company and have one of their qualified painting specialists come out and inspect your home or building. Call Andy Espinda Painting Company at 487-9105. That's 487-9105. Call for an estimate now. Well, now your place looks great.
Well, good. Well, come on inside. Sit down and have a beer. Oh, I guess we blew that one. The story comes now through the intercom that actually the Social Security's computer is in bad shape, according to this news story, and could break down. And if it did break down, it'll cost the taxpayers $500 million to repair it. And Mr. Kellogg says he don't know what's inside. I mean, after all, we do want to report the news as it should be reported, right? Right?
Now, now, World Airways has super savings to Europe, too. Beginning May 29th, World offers the lowest fares to England and Germany. London's only $494.75. Frankfurt only $518.50 on 6 flights weekly from Hawaii. Fares based on round trip and 7-day advance purchase. Now, World has super savings to Europe, too, on wide-bodied jets and with world-class service. Phone your travel agent or World Airways at 523-5611. 523-5611. That's World Airways.
You know, I was tickled to death to tell you that Mr. George Dang, the owner of the Empress Restaurant, my little sweetheart down there, too, Auntie Helen, are celebrating their 3rd anniversary at the Empress Restaurant. The most delicious Chinese food in all of Hawaii. Now, you people who enjoy good Chinese food, you know, and you're going around all over town trying to find good places to have Chinese food, do not leave off of your list the Empress Restaurant. It is dynamite, oh no, delicious. And during the month of May, they offer to you 25% off on their Chinese dinners Monday through Thursday to help them celebrate their 3rd anniversary. I think it's wonderful. Wait till you see their live seafood display. Yes, of course, it's the Empress Restaurant, Cultural Plaza, downtown. 521-5055 is the telephone number. 25% off during the month of May for their Chinese dinners. 521-5055. Call now.
CSI Incorporated specializes in ready-mix concrete for residential, commercial business, and home improvement. CSI will deliver 7 days a week, any order, large or small. So, if you have need for ready-mix concrete any day of the week, call CSI Incorporated at 833-2548. They're at 666 Mapunapuna Street. That's CSI Incorporated for ready-mix concrete. Call now and place your order at 833-2548. For concrete the easy professional way, phone CSI at 833-2548.
It's 6 minutes after hour 8 o'clock. Well, gang, we are going to Las Vegas and have a weekly report that we get from Las Vegas, the fun and entertainment capital of the world. Most specifically now, of course, we'll be checking out with Art Cossett exactly how our trip is coming along, because we're getting down to the wire now, you know. We've only got a couple of weeks left before we leave for Las Vegas ourselves on June the 4th. And remember, if you want to go with us to Vegas, you contact First Hawaiian Travel, 524-3525. And in the meantime, let's go to the fun and entertainment capital of the world and see what's going on this week. Art Cossett.
Good morning, Tom. The countdown has started here in Las Vegas for your arrival on June the 4th. And, Tom, the countdown is also started at the Indianapolis 500. The odds makers are busy here in Las Vegas getting the wagers in gear for the Indianapolis 500. The latest figures show Mario Andrade a 6-1 favorite to win, as Andrade's car registered a whopping 193 miles per hour in trial runs yesterday at the Speedway. The Indianapolis 500 will be broadcast to the islands on Sunday, the 24th, from Indianapolis, Indiana. Binion's Horseshoe Casino here in Las Vegas paid out $750,000 last night to 9 people as the World Championship of Poker closed with a young man, 27 years of age, Mr. Stu Unger, taking the winning pot of $350,000. A side note to the Poker Championship is the story of a gentleman who played blackjack while the poker tourney was going on at Binion's Horseshoe, and each time he won, he would put his winnings in a sock. Well, as he walked to a parking lot nearby with his socks loaded, apparently someone followed him, and he was robbed of $14,000. And in this case, the robbed gentleman said he came to Las Vegas, didn't lose his shirt, he lost his socks. Meanwhile, Tom, the El Cortez $315,000 Social Security contest is in full swing, and perhaps someone from your group will win some kala in that contest, as Mr. Jackie Gahn, Nevada's #1 inflation fighter, and the El Cortez put the finishing touches on the big welcome mat for you folks' arrival on June 4th, and what a welcome that's going to be. We have so many fun things in store for you, Tom.
that anyone who is sitting on their okole back in Hawaii and not calling to get on your fabulous trip to Las Vegas is really missing the boat. There'll be lots of Ono Kaukau, which the El Cortez is famous for, plus the lucky fun and games at the El Cortez and Casino. The proposed MX missile system is still up in the air for Southern Nevada, and we will keep you posted on any late developments on the MX missile project. It's our pleasure, Tom, this morning to present a very famous Las Vegas and world gentleman, Mr. Jack Binion, owner of the world-famous Binion's Horseshoe Club in downtown Las Vegas, who will tell you folks about the fabulous poker championship that just finished here. Mr. Binion, you're on the air with Mr. Tom Dynamite Dancer in Hawaii.
Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, sir. How are you? It's a pleasure to have you on our show. Can you hear me all right?
Over in Hawaii.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Very good, Tom.
All right, fine. Why don't you give us a little description, sir, about the poker game last night and the kind of poker that you play there for the World Poker Championship, and what was the winning hand?
Okay, well, what happens is everybody puts up $10,000, and 75 people join, so that's $750,000 pot. When you lose your $10,000, you can't go any further. You're eliminated from the contest. It's kind of like musical chairs. And so everybody starts out, and you just keep eliminating people till it gets down to just one person. And like he says, Stuart Unger, just a young man, he won it last year. This is his second year in a row to win. He won it with a pair of queens and fours.
What kind of poker are you playing?
We play Hold'em, which is a form of, kind of a form of 7-card stud. We play it table stakes, no limit, where you can bet all the money that you have on the table at any time. And what happens with Hold'em, you get 2 whole cards, and you make a bet, and then you get 3 community cards, and you make a bet, and then you get another community card and another community card. When I say community cards, they turn the cards up in the middle, kind of like Spit in the Ocean, like the old game Spit in the Ocean. Where if you have an ace in your hand and there's an ace come on the board, you have a pair of aces. So everybody has the cards in the middle is used by everybody. The only 2 cards that's individually yours are the 2 in your hand.
And what was the total amount that he won?
He wins all the money, but he gets to keep $375,000 of it.
I see, And how long did these poker games go on?
Well, we play about 8 or 10 hour sessions, and they go on for 4 days.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, this year I had a friend of mine who either participated in it or came over as a spectator, John Klein, who is a pretty good poker player here from Hawaii.
Yes, well, I tell you what, this was for the Grand Championship. We have other division championships like the 7-card stud and the low ball and all the different, the different divisions of poker that is, the popular divisions of poker that are played.
Well, listen, sir, it's been a pleasure talking with you here on the air at K108 Radio in Hawaii, and I'll be over there June the 4th bringing some of my listening audience, and we'll drop by to say hello.
Okay, well, it's sure nice to talk to you, and I'll turn you back to Artie now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jack Binion of Binion's Horseshoe Club, which incidentally, Tom, is another lucky place to play. We'd like to give honorable mention this morning to Jeanette Ostro, Masa Fukumoto, and Tutu, and so, Tom, from the fun and entertainment capital, Las Vegas, I bid you and all the good folks in beautiful Hawaii until June 4th, a very warm aloha.
All right, Art Cossett Fly from Las Vegas. Ooh, man, can you see me sitting down there, gang, playing a game of Texas Hold'em? $330,000? Baby, I'm sorry, I'd be peeing in my pants. I couldn't handle that. I mean, I get frustrated just with old maids. I don't care how many old maids. Dancer. 13 minutes after 8 o'clock here with Tom Dancer and K108. Now listen, gang, if you want to go join us in Vegas, if you've got that itinerary already, now's the time to get in your money. Now's the time to let's get rolling. And at about I think it's around 8:30, quarter to 9, June the 4th. We'll be leaving on Western Airlines in the morning, leaving on a Thursday, coming back on a Sunday, and you, of course, can stop off in Los Angeles or San Francisco at no extra charge. So you contact First Hawaiian Travel, 524-3525, 524-3525. It's 14 minutes after 8 a.m.
From the press room of the 1981 Kona Gold Jackpot Fishing Tournament at the spacious Kona Hilton Beach and Tennis Resort, high above the blue waters of Kailua Bay at Kailua Kona, this is Connie Evans, the outdoor reporter, with the latest update on all the action in this $98,000 cash awards fishing competition with more than 1,000 fishermen and 200 teams. This report is being brought to you by Komar Electronics, Hawaii's exclusive distributor of the new lightweight Ready-Line motor generators. The power generators that provide instant household AC current anywhere, anytime. A few moments ago, Vern Berry, the voice of tournament control, and the man who coordinates the movement of all tournament boats while in Kailua Bay, announced that as of the start for this first day of competition fishing, we have 199 fishing teams up on that starting line. One of the boats, identified as Night Witch, Team 157, with Captain Jim Nielsen of Kailua Kona, is not going to make that starting gun of this tournament due to engine troubles with ignition. However, even at this moment, two of the tournament officials are speeding to the rescue, delivering a new distributor cap and rotor to the boat that is tied up at the Kailua Town Pier. Meanwhile, overhead, the sound of whirring helicopter engines as the press photographers hover over the fleet, taking their pictures for newspapers, television. Another last-minute announcement follows the blessings of the fleet by the Reverend Leon Sterling. Team number 81, in trouble, engine quit while idling on the starting line. And then it comes, the start fishing signal. The Yacht Club carbide cannon fires 3 times from the end of Kailua Town Pier, and that great race seaward begins. 198 boats powering away from the starting line, churning those blue waters white with long wakes. The air above the fleet filled with puffs of belching black smoke from straining diesel engines, and the rumble and roar of marine engines fills the air. What a sight! This start of the first day of fishing with that massive fleet of fishing machines never ceases to give even the most casual observer a thrill. All those men and machines outward bound for the first day of the great sea hunt. For a long time, the United States Navy has been using a new space-age invention to provide nearly silent, always dependable generation of standard household AC current in remote situations where no such regular electrical current was available for critical mission requirements. Now at last, these fabulous, lightweight, portable AC power generators have become available to the general public in Hawaii through the people at Komar Electronics Incorporated. Called Ready-Line motor generators, these small cylinder-like motors operate from any ordinary 12-volt car or boat battery to instantly supply up to 8 hours of non-surging household power to 1,600 watts. With one of these Ready-Line motor generators, you can operate any household electric appliance in the field or aboard your boat and enjoy the solid comforts of home. Affordable Ready-Line motor generators. Call Komar Electronics at 942-9111. That's 942-9111. You can't afford to be without one. And now, until my next report this morning at 11, from the press room of the Kona Gold Jackpot Fishing Tournament at the magnificent Kona Hilton Beach and Tennis Resort overlooking Kailua Bay in Kailua Kona, this is Connie Evans, the outdoor reporter, speaking for Komar Electronics and for K108 Radio, your ABC sports station in Hawaii.
19 minutes now past the hour of 8 o'clock in the morning. That's it, baby. 19 past 8. Let's get moving, gang. This is your communal hot tub. You better believe it. Just getting in here with the bubbles and 104 degrees in our hot tub this morning, and we're cooking right along.
The corner drugstore has come a long way since the days of the soda fountain and the jukebox. Now instead of the jukebox, you can have your music and carry it out with you, sort of stereo to go. In the Pay and Save camera department, you'll find one of the largest selections of totable, portable, name-brand stereos in the islands. Name brands you'll recognize for quality and rugged good looks. AM/FM stereo combos with either 8-track or stereo cassette players built right in. Take your music with you to the beach, on family outings, or traveling to the mainland. Pay and Save helps you go in style with stereo to go at all 14 great locations.
Pay and Save, friendly face, that's Pay and Save. Pay and Save, get to know us for Pay and Save. Pay and Save.
20 minutes past 8 a.m. with Tom Dancer and K108 Radio. You got it, babe. Listen, ladies, you're trying to grow your fingernails long. What happens? You just get down about halfway and they break. Isn't that a terrible shame? I mean, you wasted all that time, right? You know that now there's a place in town called Nail Artist, located across from Jim on Ward Avenue. Directly across from Jim is Nail Artist. They will sculpture your nails. They will put the kind nails over your nails so that your nails grow strong. And instantly, girls, instantly, you've got a full set of nails just as long as you like them. Isn't that wonderful news for you? Now you don't have to worry about growing them and they break off. It's a wonderful place over there. You're going to enjoy it. Why don't you call Nail Artist? Nail Artist. That's right. Make an appointment. Remember, they're located right across from Jim on Ward Avenue at 350 Ward. George's Inn is a family restaurant located on South King Street, close to King at Keomoku, on the Mauka side. George's Inn has fine food, a friendly atmosphere, and, most important, family prices. There's lots of parking, too. George's Inn has been renovated, and it has a comfortable, friendly atmosphere. If you're looking for a place to go for fine food and family prices, remember all of our friends at George's Inn, located at South King Street, close to King at Keomoku. I bet there ain't three of you out there can remember the special from Massa's today. It's the weekend and it's barbecue time. Spencer Steak. Spencer Steak, darling, listen. 10 pounds of delicious Spencer Steak for only $24.80. Man, that takes care of that big barbecue you guys are going to have down there on the beach, don't it? Hurry, hurry, hurry. To Masa Meat locations. He's in Waipahu next to Diners. Masa Meat's out in Nanakuli at the Texaco station. Masa Meat's in Kaneohe Town next to City Mill. Masa Meat's up in Kaimoki across from the new shopping center. Masa Meats and Spencer Steak, 10 pounds for only $24.80. Here's a gentleman who wants to make a public service announcement. You be careful now, my friend, you hear?
Yes, sir.
It's 22 after 8, and what's going on?
Well, there's a group of youngsters that attend Kailua Intermediate School, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
And they belong to the Kailua Teenage Anklung Club. Now, the Anklung Club is a club of youngsters who are taught to play Indonesian instruments in the entire United States. It's the only group of its kind. And they were invited to perform at Disneyland this summer.
Now, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I want you to pronounce the name of the club very carefully and slowly.
It's hard to pronounce. It's a tongue twister. It's Anklung. A-N-G-K-L-U-N-G.
Okay, Anklung Club.
Yes,
boy, I'll tell you, you guys are lucky that I don't have to do the public service announcement.
Anyway, what these kids are doing, they're 12 to 14-year-olds, and this Saturday and Sunday, they'll be stationed in front of Safeway Market at Aikai Park Shopping Center in Kailua, and they're selling huli chicken tickets to try to subsidize part of the expense of the trip so so they can perform. I think it's an honor for the state of Hawaii to have these kids go there and show what can be done with 12 to 14-year-olds from our schools here. So if the people in Kailua and Kaneohe or any place around would like to come down, they're $1.75 per ticket, and there'll be some parents there, but mostly there'll be kids doing the selling. And if they could do that, we really appreciate it.
I think it's wonderful. Now, once again, tell my audience exactly what kind of instruments these children play.
Okay, Tom. They are wooden instruments that are like chimes, but they're made solely of wood, and they come from Indonesia.
I see.
And it's like the kids just played a concert at McKinley High School the other night, and they got the biggest ovation of the whole crowd, as far as the whole show. And they stand 20 across the stage, and the teacher's in front of them, and each of them are synchronized, perfect, to know exactly what note to hit. They shake their hands, and these instruments perform musical sounds, and it sounds beautiful. It's a man-made instrument. It's very, very old. And these kids, are very proud to play it.
And the reason I want to kind of get behind this project, too, because to me it's something unusual, something that's a little bit different, and the children do have a chance to represent us, gang, at Disneyland in Los Angeles, and playing these special instruments. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. Not only that, I know the folks on the windward side of the island like chicken.
Thanks a lot, Tom. I really appreciate it.
And then hit me with it again.
Okay, it's going to be Saturday and Sunday at Safeway Markets and Akai Park Shopping Center.
I meant another day. Call me tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And let me know, remind me of it.
Okay, Tom.
Okay?
Thank you.
You got it. 25 minutes after hour of 8 o'clock in the morning, K108 Radio, Honolulu, Tom Dancer, looking good here. Just kind of doing our thing, baby. Getting naked and getting on down in the tub. What's that on one? Oh, let's jump down to Paul Smith. He have Hutton and Company downtown, gang. See what's happening with our $1.25. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Tom. And the Dow Industrial is down 2.5 points. Make the average 974. Volume is down at 32 million shares. And Treasury bills here, Tom. The yields for the 3-month Treasury bills at 16.77%. That's the 3 months, and for the 6 months, it's 15.6%. And looking across the board here, Tandy at 71 3/4 plus 3/8, Coastal Corp at 44 1/4 plus 1/2, and Boeing at 31 1/2 minus 1/2. A&B is bid 31 5/8, Long's Drugstore at 31 1/4, Castle & Cook at 12 1/4 minus 1/8, Mid Pacific Air at bid 5 1/4. PRI is bid 16 3/8. London Gold $472.75 an ounce, down $2.25. Silver at $10.66 an ounce, minus 2 cents, and sugar 16.65 cents a pound, down a fraction. And Tom.
Yeah, what'd you say Mid-Pac Air was?
Mid-Pac Air, bid 5 1/4.
Oh, look at that, gang. Up and out of sight. Mid-Pacific Air looking good.
And now for your definition.
Here comes the definition.
Ask him first, what?
Wait just a minute.
Hold. Another price of silver.
We need another price of silver.
Price of silver. Are you trying to divert me?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Come on, Tom. Are you ready?
I'm ready. All right.
All right.
Get it over with.
How about the, you've been in a stone quarry and all that, haven't you, Tom?
Of course I have.
Okay, well, tell me, what's the definition for a quarry owner who was arrested for overcharging?
A stone quarry owner that was arrested for overcharging, the definition would be...
He was taking too much for granite.
Oh, Lordy, I'm going to get him, gang. No, leave him alone. Leave him alone. He's mine. I'm going to get him.
I'm calling because I have a question.
All right.
We don't know what to do. I've had trouble with my husband for over 2 years. I've done everything I can think of to make him leave, and he still just won't leave.
Now, that's just the opposite of what I usually hear. You know, everybody's always asking me, how do I keep him? What have I done wrong? Which way do I go? And here you want to get rid of him.
Yeah, the problem's been going on for 2 years.
What?
He loves to drink. He doesn't like to be home.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like to come home. He's told me that. We talk. It doesn't do any good. no matter what we do.
You
And I
say
tell him to leave, and it doesn't do any good.
you say we like your mother-in-law's there.
No,
Who is we?
Me and my husband.
Oh no, you say we want him to leave.
Well, me, you know.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any?
What I mean.
Do you have any children?
Yes, we do.
How many do you have?
There's 4 of them, but they're all grown.
I see.
But I have problems. I've talked with my husband. I've talked with my kids. Doesn't do any good.
And you've been married to him for 2 years?
No, for 14 years.
14 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he drinks and he won't come home. And is there another woman?
I don't know. Maybe. He doesn't want to come home. We've talked about it. He told me he doesn't want to come home at all.
How often does he leave home?
Every night almost.
And does he stay out all night?
Yeah.
Well, then he's not at home, so why would you want him to leave home? He ain't there.
I would like him just to take everything and leave. Just don't bother no more.
K108, Hawaii's only talk radio station.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there is a follow-up on that story. The man did, in fact, leave, and he did take everything. And I mean everything. Except for the garage. 8:30 a.m. is our time, and here's the man.
With the news.
Yeah.
Former Agriculture Secretary Earl Butz has pleaded guilty to a federal charge of tax evasion for fraudulently understating his 1978 income by more than $148,000.
Wow.
Plea entered today in U.S. District Court in Fort Wayne, Indiana. A 1-count charge filed against Butz alleges that his 1978 federal tax return stated his income is about $98,000 with a tax due of some $40,000. But according to the allegation, Butz's taxable income was nearly $246,000, and the tax owed was nearly $114,000. So it does happen to the best of us, doesn't it? Americans are not expecting the nation's economy to recover in the next 12 months. At least, that's the finding of an Associated Press news poll. But a majority of the 1,600 people that got surveyed do foresee improvement by 1983, after the Reagan administration's economic proposals have taken hold. In the poll, 56% of those who have heard of the president's proposed spending cuts support them, compared to 58% in the poll taken last month. The Labor Department says inflation running at an annual rate of about 5% last month. The April Consumer Price Index rose just 0.4%. Most major banks boosted their prime lending rate today to 20.5%, with good old Chase Manhattan Bank leading the way. Amid predictions that the Social Security system is coming close to breaking down, comes the word that, well, the computers at the Social Security Administration are, well, they're about to break down themselves. Commissioner, it's funny, folks. You got to laugh, because otherwise you're going to cry. The commissioner of the Social Security Administration testified before two House Ways and Means subcommittee today that the 20-year-old computer system is in dire need of repair. Estimated cost of repairing the computer system? $500 million. Well, oh boy. Here locally, questions have been raised over the legality of the state budget passed recently by the state legislature. Officials have discovered that the Senate and the House passed slightly different versions of the budget. Now, the governor may have to call a special session of the state legislature so they can fix it. And it's going to cost you money if they do that. A 61-year-old woman, can you believe it? It's going to be flown to Maui today to face charges there stemming from a fraudulent cargo container investment scheme. You heard about that, right? Well, they got a 61-year-old woman involved in that. Boy, maybe her Social Security pension fund wasn't looking too good there. Board of Education member Darrell Iona says that board and the Attorney General, they're on a collision course. Seems the Attorney General has blocked the board's decision to rescind the suspensions of nearly 200 school administrators. And Oahu has recorded yet another traffic fatality. Police say a serviceman killed in a one-car crash on Cam Highway, the extension near the Nimitz Highway crossover. I forgot. It's 4 more now than was last year, if you're keeping track of dead bodies. State's going to issue $9 million in low-interest bonds to help the Good Samaritan Society purchase the Pohainani retirement home. Governor George Ariyoshi has signed the bond bill. And the visitor industry officials have criticized the legislature for not providing adequate funding for tourism promotion. Criticism comes as the latest figures show a continuing decline in the number of visitors to Hawaii. That decline is supposed to continue for another 2 years. In sports, the Islanders lose last night. Albuquerque beat them. First Hawaii Pacific International Bodybuilding Championships going to be held tomorrow night at McKinley. Male and female bodybuilders from 3 different countries involved. The annual Hawaii Special Olympics held tonight and tomorrow at Kaiser High School. About 1,000 mentally retarded people compete in that. Celebration time for the New York Islanders. You hockey fans know that they won the Stanley Cup last night. Mark Hayes is on top going into the second round of the Memorial Golf Tournament in Dublin, Ohio. The outlook for settlement's not really good as baseball contract negotiations resume today in New York. Both sides say little progress has been made resolving the free agent compensation issue, and there's just a week left until the players' May 29th strike deadline. And they're expecting some 450 to 550 people to die in traffic accidents during this holiday period. So you might want to think about that. The weather for Honolulu and vicinity and just about every other place, a few mountain showers that drift over the city at times. And those showers, they say now, boy, it's really hard to tell you the weather today, friends. They're predicting, well, they've got it boiled down to the times even. Like this morning, late morning and early afternoon, it's supposed to be really on the rainy side, wet and rainy, and then it's supposed to clear up and be partly cloudy, but at the same time there could be a lot of sunshine. And I tell you, well, I guess the best way to figure out what the weather's going to be is just to experience it. Trade winds are normal, 10 to 20 miles an hour. There are no warnings of any kind.
Kellogg, there was some things going on.
Well, that's all right.
Everything okay?
It's able to
Everything's all right.
keep it going long enough.
Well, it's Friday, you know, and things begin to back up. Somebody's got to get out there, I don't know who it is, and get that soap off of our windows at K108. Gang, they were soaping them up. Yeah, they were dumping their garbage out in our parking lot. On account of we were carrying for some time, I think we've discontinued it, at least I thought we had, the moral majority program. Well, I had spoken with a representative back on the mainland about having a discussion here on our program with the Reverend Jerry Falwell. And we had been carrying faithfully the moral majority program on our schedule here at K108, the only radio station in town that would do that. So without their cooperation of them coming on this program, I cannot stand, or I should say I cannot withstand the public pressure. And so we had to remove the program. And I think it's a crying shame, children, that we cannot have some freedom of speech, some understanding better of the moral majority. But the Reverend Falwell's organization turned me down for a debate between Reverend Falwell and a representative of the American Civil Liberties Union. Because I wanted you to understand better these two organizations' ideas of trying to take care of you and I and our Bill of Rights. Isn't it funny? There's always somebody that wants to take care of you, wants to look after your being, wants to make sure you're secure. It never fails. I did want to straighten that out with you so that you knew where we were. And don't forget, on Tuesday morning after 8 o'clock, there'll be a representative of the Social Security Department come down. That's Tuesday. We were going to try to set it up for Monday, but they weren't able to attend. They're coming on the show after 8 o'clock. They're not down here for anybody to chastise them. They're down here to answer questions about Social Security. We'll get to the bottom of it. We'll find out all we can about Social Security. After all, it is your money. Hello there, you're on the radio.
And I got 2 questions for you.
All right.
Is Earl Butts a moral Mormon?
And what's the other question?
Is Pohainani a commune?
I would think so. At least I would certainly hope so. Commune, of course, is the thing that we all enjoy together, isn't it, gang? Like right here in the communal hot tub. Hello there, you're on the radio.